away to catch him, but, you know, natural instinct, I lunged forward to grab him. And it was like everybody knows this story because it's taken me years to figure out exactly what the hell happened. As he fell and I reached out, I kind of yelled out to him. I put my hand out and he was facing this way. And he turned, instead of falling that way, like he should have, the way gravity should dictate, he turned and fell off the couch, but he kind of suspended for just a split second. And then it's like he was slightly, just very slowly, lowered to the ground, where his belly hit, and he sort of like bubbled like that. He sort of like, his belly hit first, and he kind of wobbled, like weeble wobbled like that. And he sort of looked stunned and looked at me as if to say, what the hell just happened? And then he didn't know whether he should cry or not. And then sort of panic set in, and I could tell he knew something had happened that he, you know, and everyone keeps saying to me, oh, it's because, you know, guardian angels and spirits, but it just didn't sit with me because, like, I was already starting to disbelieve in, you know, the existence of God, and I was questioning, you know, heaven and angels and spirits. Like, I was already starting back in 2010. And I'm just trying to think when it was. I think I was already with my current husband at the time. I was with my current husband. I don't know if we were married, so it was somewhere between 2016 and 2018, I would say. I'm going to say 2016, 2017. I was walking down the stairs carrying a pile of plates, and there was just me and my son's home. And my foot slipped, my foot gave out, and I started going down those stairs with a pile of plates and knives. And as I was going down the stairs, all I kept thinking was, this is it, I'm going to die. I had the visuals of the knives and the plates. Like, I knew that the way I was going to fall, I was either going to, like, break my neck. As I was going down, flying down these stairs, I had the visual of my throat being cut. So I didn't know either, like, the knife was going to, one of the knives I was carrying was going to get my throat, or if the plate was going to smash and cut my throat. And as I'm going down and I'm thinking, this is it, I'm going to die, all I kept thinking was, my babies are going to find me at the bottom of the stairs. This is what I'm going to, this is the image, this is the lasting image of that my children are going to have of me. And as I started going down the stairs, it was like this warm bubble. I felt it, like, come out, like push out of my body. This happened in a split second. There were like 20 steps on the stair, but I felt this warm bubble. It was like, I said to people, the only way I could describe it, it was like I was surrounded by like a 4-foot wall of like really warm bubble wrap. And as I got to the last step where I should have, you know, collapsed and died and, you know, blood everywhere, I just kind of floated and landed at the front door with just the tip of my nose just touched the front door. And then as I could feel the physical connection to reality again, like I was back in my awareness space, I felt the warm bubble go back into me. And now I'm utterly convinced that's what biomagnetics is. Because I used to say to my students and my ex-husband and that, I'd love to see if I could stop bullets. But it seems to be, it's a mother's fear creates like a biomagnetic force field. I'm convinced of it. So, you know, my life is so interesting. So yeah, I'm obviously, I think I must have just my nude on today because I can't. Yeah, it fascinates me, the unsolved mysteries, that the unexplained, the unsolved. Oh God, it gives me such a hard. I love it. It fuels my brain. Anything unusual, anything unsolved, anything that's unsolvable. It's because I'm a Scorpio, I think, because we are, and my name's Debbie, and so, and I'm a Scorpio, so it's all about judgment and truth and getting to the truth of things. And, Scorpios, they say the best jobs for a Scorpio are homicide detective, judge, lawyer, forensic scientist, like anything to do with solving mysteries and puzzles and that. So yeah, it fascinates me, and I really think I'm onto something with those two theories about the dementia and the balancing of the conscious subconscious mind. I really think if I can get to these children young, if what I'm saying is correct, I think I'm onto something. If statistically speaking, it's people who have a propensity to think or overthink in their life, start showing signs of brain deterioration after the age of 40. If you look at the sort of professions that people who have Alzheimer's and dementia have, they're like mathematicians and writers and teachers and psychologists. They're people who use their mind. Like statistically, I'm not saying that I'm 100% correct on that, but from my observation of it, statistically, they're all people of a higher intellect who have high stressful or high brain capacity lives, jobs, careers. And it's in the inability to balance their conscious and subconscious mind, the subconscious mind being the side where logic, doubt and reason live. So when things happen that throw your conscious mind off balance, logic and doubt and reason come in, and the negative aspects of that is fear, anxiety, paranoia. Fear, paranoia and anxiety and all that only matter when it is integrated with your intuition. When your conscious mind doesn't argue with the fear, logic, doubt, reason, paranoia, blah, 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 then you're on the right path. But when that little voice in your gut keeps going, yeah, but you should rethink, and you can't get your mind straight, that's your gut, that's your conscious mind saying to you, you need to get off that path, you're on the wrong path. So if the voice in your gut is arguing with the voice in your head, you're being told you're on the wrong path, you're diverging into the wrong way of thinking. But when you do something without question, without guilt, fear, without logic and doubt and reason, and that setting in to try and manipulate your course of thinking pattern, then you're on the right path. When that voice doesn't argue, the voice in your gut doesn't argue, you're on the right path. But when it does, you're on the wrong path. And this is my job, this is where I come in, because I can help people differentiate the difference between the voice in their head and the voice in their gut. Sorry, the voice in their head and, the voice in their head and the voice in their gut. I recalibrate it for them. And if I can help these kids not get dementia and Alzheimer's, and because I'm determined, I keep saying I'm going to feed these kids within an inch of their life, and all the food that I'm currently making with my supernatural foods is all the food that I'm going to sell in my supernatural cafe. These kids are all going to be fed daily the food that is going to heal them as they eat it. So that's why I'm doing everything I'm doing, so that when I build the school, these babies have nothing to worry about. And the inmates as well. Because any of the ones that get involved in the Comic Con's initiative to write the comic book Quantum Menace, the ones that successfully complete the program will be invited to have accommodation, staff accommodation, and jobs as comic book writers and artists in the studio, and they can work with the kids and they'll be taken care of as well. So all my food will heal them as they eat it. because everyone's going to get fed, because you don't not get fed. So speaking of which, I was delivered a supply of ingredients, and I've been told that I have to make more of my sugarless chocolate Afghans. Apparently I'm onto a winner there with my sugarless paleo gluten-free foods. Like, people are going nuts. I can't keep up with it. I can't sell any of it though, because I'm not licensed. So I think I've created a monster, but you know, I'm doing it to make the money to take care of the babies, and when I get my hands on them, they'll all be fed good stuff. So yeah, just thought I'd share. So I'll speak to you later. Mwah.